of the week this week. Well, we're going to get to it in a little bit, and because we got one of the finest players to come through Western New York in a long time, someone I've been rooting for on the air with us, and Anthony Delisanti, who's just coming off winning the New York State Amateur and is going to come here and try to kick a little butt at the Porter Cup next week, is on the line with us. Welcome, Anthony. Thanks for coming on with us this morning.
Appreciate it, guys. How we doing?
We're great. Anthony, we're at a spot that I know you wouldn't know really well. We're at Niagara Falls Country Club here previewing the Porter Cup, which you'll be next week. But yeah, you know this place pretty well. I know we're going to talk about the men's amateur here in 1 second, but you're familiar with this course.
Yeah, I am. I got a pretty good little home course advantage next week, which will be fun. But it's just like any other golf tournament. Just got to prepare well and just go out there and play my game, see what happens. So we'll see what the weather brings. I obviously got a little bit of inside information. Our greens could get a little firm if it doesn't rain, but you never know what happens. So it'll be a fun week as usual. Porter Cup and looking forward to competing again this year.
And do you miss being in the bag room at about 5:30 in the morning, getting clubs ready and wiping down carts?
Every once in a while, I do. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I know I'll be back in that bag room in a couple of weeks here, so it'll be fun. Yep.
That's awesome. Well, Anthony, we're excited to have you come on to help us preview the Porter Cup, but boy, it was you coming on to join us is enhanced by what you did this week. So congratulations that you are now the 2025 New York State Men's Amateur Champion. And how about how you did it here? Not only through 4 rounds, but then 4 playoff holes, including the last one essentially in the dark. Can you give everybody a little insight of just kind of how the final day played out? It's what, 36 holes then plus the 4, and it was dark and the weather delay. Tell everybody how that final day played out for you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how some of these final round days have gone for me the last couple of years. It's crazy how they end up working out for sure. But yeah, the New York State Men's Am is it's kind of a staple for them. It's a 36 hole final day after their cut to the I think the top 40 in ties. Everyone plays 36 holes in that final round, so it's a grind of a day. And obviously, I'm pretty used to it playing college golf. I'd say 80% of our college events are 36 on the first day and then 18 on the final day. So 36 whole days are nothing new to me, but yeah, this one was a little different. We teed off at about 8:40 a.m. and played the third round pretty quickly, and then went back out for the final round at about 2:20, I believe, and then had a little delay. I got to my 9th hole of the round, and just a huge storm came through, and the golf course got soaked for a while. It only rained for probably 35, 40 minutes, but it took them a little bit just to go squeegee some greens. And yeah, we ended up getting back out there at about 5:45, 6 o'clock, and still had 9 holes to play. So we finished up those 9 holes, and then knew I had a playoff coming, and luckily we were able to just squeeze it in at the waning hours of daylight. It was pretty dark out there, but luckily the NYSGA, they did a great job getting some minivans around the green and put some light on the green for us, which is pretty cool.
It's like a tin cup moment with the headlights on the green there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Anthony, so I was watching the live. There was a live stream of it, so I'm watching you guys play, and the person who was running the camera after you guys played the third playoff hole says, "Oh, looks like we'll be coming back tomorrow." What happened in between those 2 playoff holes? Did you, and is it John Hiller was the other player?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you guys talk them out of stopping, or like how did that play out to the fact that you just kept playing us in essentially dark conditions?
Yep. So Andrew, right away, Andrew Hickey, the operations director of the NYSGA, just said, guys, we'll probably call it here. And I just said to John, I was like, Andrew said, we're going to come back in the morning. And I said to John, I was like, if you want to, if you're totally okay with it, because I'm 100%, I want to try to play one more, because it wasn't super, super dark to where we couldn't hit, say a short iron shot on a par 3. And I was like, we're pretty close to hole number 7. if you want to play that par three, I'm totally okay with it. Even if there wasn't any light on the green, that was just the NYSPA thinking quickly and like, let's go get some cars and bring them up to the green, and then we're good to go.
Was number 7 on the rotation, or did you guys amend that plan and go to number 7?
Yeah, we just figured, you know what, we probably can't play a par 4 here because we will not be able to see a tee shot. And then I knew, like, all right, there's enough people up there that'll be watching us. Hopefully they'll be able to hear the ball hit or be able to find it. So, but no, yeah, I just kind of came up with that. I was like, let's just go to 7 if you're okay with it. I don't want to talk you into anything if you don't want to, but let's see if we could play number 7. And John agreed, and Andrew said, you know what, let's keep going. And yeah, it was pretty cool. There were a bunch of members out there, and everyone was just going crazy once we said we're going to play one more. So it was a pretty cool moment. But
that is awesome.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Anthony Delisanti with us here. Of course, he's going to be a part of the Porter Cup this week, but now the 2025 New York State Men's Amateur Champion that ended up winning this week. And Anthony, with this win, you now are exempt in getting into the U.S. Amateurs. So what's your plan here for the next month or so? I know there was a Corn Ferry event that maybe you were going to play. Like, how does this play out with amateur and all that sort of stuff? The U.S. Amateur coming up. Like, what is your plan here for the next month?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a very fluid summer, just kind of trying to take it week by week and to see what comes my way. But I've had a Corn Ferry Tour exemption through the Elite Amateur Golf Series last summer. They got me into the NV5 Invitational, which is up in Chicago, and I'll leave for that the day after the Porter Cup finishes, just to get out there early, get some preparation in. And I'll be an amateur for that one now that I'm qualified for the USAM. I wasn't sure I couldn't turn pro for it if I want to, but I'll definitely stay amateur now since I locked up a US amateur spot. So we'll play the NV5 Invitational right after the Porter Cup, and then stay out there in Chicago for the Western Amateur, which is at Skokie Country Club, which I'm really looking forward to. And then, then I'll have about a week off, and then head out to San Francisco to Olympic Club for the USAM, and that'll be my last amateur event, most likely. I'll still stay amateur, but I won't have any amateur events to play in because I won't be going back to college, which will be a little weird. But yeah, so I'll be right after the USAM. Will be a good preparation, couple weeks for Q school.
Awesome.
So yeah,
where's Q school for you?
It'll be all over the place. I still haven't registered yet, so I gotta just kind of figure out what sites are gonna work the best. And there's obviously a little bit of strategy in that as well. So just got a lot of great insight on that already, and definitely looking forward to that as well. But just gotta put one foot for the other, and really excited for Porter Cup this week.
Anthony, real quick, I don't want to take for granted that maybe somebody's listening that maybe doesn't know your connection to West New York background here. We mentioned, you being a part of working here at Niagara Falls Country Club, but maybe can you just give everybody, listeners for maybe that are hearing about you for the first time this week, just a little bit about your growing up here in Western New York and even just your golf path?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Just huge family. I grew up in Niagara County my entire life, and went to Niagara Wheatfield High School. Played high school golf at Niagara Wheatfield since 6th grade for Mr. Tim Codd, and his son Owen this past week was on the bag for me this week, and that was pretty fun with him. And then ended up attended Valparaiso University out in Indiana, and played a pretty fun 4 years out there, and then so just kind of practicing right now, a little bit of Niagara Falls, a little bit at Craigburn, and so I think I don't know if that's what you're looking for. That's pretty good.
That was perfect.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Is it the Olympic Club of Donald Ross, like Onondagas?
It's a good. I think Onondagas was a Walter Travis, actually, not a Donald Ross.
It
was.
It's a beautiful golf course. Yeah, it's a tough golf course.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was awesome. I'd never been out there, and I heard there used to be a ton of trees out there, super tree lined, couldn't see holes, the holes were just locked in by trees, and it was unbelievable. It was kind of like a little mix of Cragburn and East Aurora, in my opinion. Just not as many trees as East Aurora, but a lot of the rolling hills like East Aurora. Just a lot of the Cragburn heather, though. It was awesome.
Very cool. Well, Anthony, what a great week for you. Congratulations. I know you've got a lot of people supporting you here in Western New York, and including us here at Tee to Green, where we've been excited to follow your path. And good luck this week at the Porter Cup. We'll see you here during the event.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. All right. Awesome. Anthony Delisanti with us here on Tee to Green, the 2025 New York State Men's Amateur Champion.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool put that on your mantle. Yeah.
And that gets him into the biggest amateur tournament. Is that in the world even? The U.S. Amateur?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, there's majors and amateurs but that is if you pick one amateur event to win in your life, it's definitely the U.S. Amateur.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, Anthony. Very, very cool that he's able to